Tell me what you remember about wild weather. Wild weather occurs during certain weather conditions. Wild weather requires taking safety precautions and can lead to dangerous situations. Wild weather can cause damage to lives and property. Meteorologists help warn people about wild weather. Wild weather affects animals and people. Remember how a meteorologist carefully studies the weather and tells us what the weather will be like. Why do you think it is important to get safety when the meteorologist tells us about wild weather coming our way? Yes, because the wild weather is dangerous. Our book today discusses all these different types of wild weather and more. Advisories to 0 degrees. Weather from A to Z by Colleen Dolphin. If I see A to Z, I can predict that this is going to be organized by the letters of the alphabet. We've read some books like that in the past. A, advisory. An advisory is a warning. A weather person gives advisories so we can prepare for bad weather. B, blizzard. A blizzard is a severe storm with wind, snow, and ice. Winds during a blizzard blow 35 miles per hour or more. Blizzards last at least 3 hours. C, clouds. Clouds are made by ice crystals or small water droplets that form in the sky. When the droplets in the cloud are too heavy, they fall back down to the earth as rain or snow. D, drought. A drought happens when there is little or no rainfall. A drought causes the land to dry up. E, evaporate. Mist on this lake is starting to rise before it evaporates. Heat from the sun causes water from lakes, oceans, and other bodies of water to become a gas. This is called evaporation. When water evaporates, it becomes invisible. F, flood. When water overflows and covers the land, it is called a flood. Floods are very dangerous. They damage land and property and can also injure or kill people. G, growing season. The growing season depends on warm temperatures and enough rainfall. The growing season is the best time of year to grow most crops. H, hurricane. A hurricane is a storm that forms over tropical waters. It has strong, rotating winds and moves near coastlines. Hurricanes cause high waves, thunderstorms, and heavy rainfall. Hurricanes can also cause tornadoes. I, ice. Ice is water that has frozen and become solid. It has many different forms. 2 types of ice forms are icicles and ice crystals. J, jet stream. A jet stream is a narrow band of strong wind located about 6 to 9 miles above the earth. Major jet stream winds move very fast, usually blowing from west to east. K, katabatic winds. Katabatic winds move downhill. These winds are caused by the ground cooling, which makes the air heavy. When this happens, the air starts to move very fast down hills and mountains. L, lightning. Lightning is a huge electrical spark in the sky. Most lightning is formed during thunderstorms. A lightning bolt heats the air around it to about 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. M, mudslide. A mudslide happens when heavy rainfall makes the soil on a slope very wet. The mud can then flow rapidly down the slope. If large enough, mudslides can cause a lot of damage. N, northern lights. Northern lights are caused by activity on the sun. These solar disturbances cause beautiful, colorful lights to appear in the sky around the North Pole. Northern lights can be seen most often in the spring and fall in northern states and countries. O, ozone layer. The ozone layer starts about 6 to 10 miles above the Earth and ends about 30 miles above the Earth. The ozone layer helps protect life on Earth from harmful sun rays. These include ultraviolet rays that can cause sunburn and skin cancer. P, precipitation. Precipitation is water that falls from the clouds down to the ground. Some forms of precipitation are rain, snow, and hail. Q, quake. Quake is another name for earthquake. There are plates under the Earth's surface that shift and move. When this happens, it causes an earthquake. Earthquakes make the ground shake and can be disastrous. R, rainbow. When light reflects off of water in the air, it creates a rainbow. A rainbow is a band of light in the shape of an arc. Rainbows have red on one edge and violet on the other, with all the other colors in between. S, sandstorm. Sandstorms are caused by strong winds over desert areas. Sand is carried up to 50 feet into the air. A sandstorm can look like a wall of dust. T, tornado. Tornadoes are columns of rotating air that can cause major destruction. A tornado extends down from a cloud and touches the ground. The winds in a tornado can reach up to 250 miles per hour. U, ultraviolet light. The sun gives off ultraviolet light in long, medium, and short wavelengths. UVB, the medium waves, cause health problems in humans. UVB can damage human skin and eyesight. Sunblock and sunglasses can help protect us. V, volcano. Volcanoes are openings in the Earth's surface that allow heat deep inside the Earth to escape. Ash, gases, and magma are inside volcanoes. Volcanoes erupt when pressure forces the magma, ash, and gas to escape. W, water. Water is always changing form and moving from the Earth to the sky and back to the Earth. The sun heats lakes, oceans, and other bodies of water. The water then becomes a gas and forms clouds in the sky. When the clouds are too heavy, the water falls back to Earth as rain, snow, or another form of precipitation. X, xeric climate. Areas in xeric climates receive 10 inches of rain per year or less. The plants and animals that live in xeric climates have adapted to need little moisture. Y, year. It takes a year for the Earth to go all the way around the sun one time. A year is divided into seasons. As the earth travels around the sun, the seasons change. In some areas, the seasons change from winter to spring to summer to fall. In other areas, the seasons change from rainy to dry. 0 degrees. Temperature is measured in degrees. When it is 0 degrees outside, it is very cold. Water starts to freeze when it is 0 degrees Celsius. Here's the glossary. Remember, in the glossary, we can find important words that we saw throughout the book, and it tells us what those words mean. For example, let's say we didn't know what invisible meant. I could read right here to see the definition, which is not able to be seen. Here are some questions that you can discuss with your growing up. What are different types of wild weather? Describe them. How do people keep safe during wild weather? Why is it important that people respond quickly to warnings about wild weather? What do you like to do during wild weather days? Describe your favorite types of weather. Describe your least favorite types of weather. What might you want to learn more about? Now that we've finished this unit on wild weather, I'd like you to draw a picture that shows something you know about wild weather.